Ethereum is dumping, that's the best time to assemble your team.
Faro_TV.
Faro TV.
Faro FM Radio.
Oh no, not Faro.
I'm back from vacation and the most asked question I noticed in the Discords was definitely what team they should get. Specifically because I am in a guild called Dojo. Discord link in the description, and to join there you require 4 epics and heroes at that, a pet and an energy booster. But now let's go into team building. So first of all, let's go over the things we know. Faction, class and elemental synergies all play a combat role. For example, teams of all hordes could have their raw attack boost buffed, and teams of all fire elements could have a higher chance of inflicting damage over time. So that basically means you will be getting bonies for having, well, same factions or same element type of setups. Important to know though is that obviously there might be a dungeon where all the enemies are of an element that is good against your entire team, so you might consider wanting to diversify your roster. But I personally think having one really cool team seems the most obvious to me. Meaning I would probably go for same faction, same element as much as I can, and also look for maybe hitting the different roles of a tank, a healer, DPS or support kind of characters. Now, we do not know much about their skills. They are now showing a few ultimate skills of some heroes where we can guess. For example, Leah looks like she has an AoE heal. You can definitely guess that because she has, well, an AoE effect, and you see little golden pluses, which makes you believe that there will be some healing going on. Notice that this is obviously pre-alpha, that's why this is not Leah right here. And here we have Rufus on the other hand, seems to have like a cone-like ability, damage dealing kind of stuff where he throws feathers on the board. All of them also have a passive ability, but not much is known. So keep in mind that we don't know the exact setup skills right now, but why are we considering building a team now when we don't have any information? Pretty simple. I always, or decide to always do that in terms of NFT games, because once you actually know, so far in other games, the prices started skyrocketing. When the games actually come out, the assets will be much more expensive. So that's something I personally gamble on. So that's obviously not a financial advice, and that's why I'm saying it, calling it gamble, to buy assets. And then, well, even if I don't have the perfect team that I really like, I might be able to sell them for more. At least so far that has worked for me, but feel free to share your experience if they were not the same in other games. One thing to note is that it seems that heroes of different factions will have access to different drop tables, which means you would probably want one of each faction to at least have the chance to get something dropped out of every drop pool. That's something I will be looking at as well. If you are really preparing together, it could be of interest that you have some different heroes in a group, because they have released some screenshots on how the guild rates will be working, and this is nothing but speculation, but at least in this picture I do not see any duplicate hero of the heroes selected for this raid. So I would expect that every hero can only be in the raid once. However, definitely this is just my speculation. The place where you want to buy your team should probably not be Immutable X, but rather Token Trove. By the way, the assets are like all on Immutable X, but Token Trove just gives you a way better overview when it comes to heroes, and that's why I've been using this. Here we can on the left side just assemble a team. If you normal editions, Warrior, Elite and Mythic, by the way, they have the same power level. They are only skins, only different skins. If we look at those here, you can see the Elite Reborn is like a shiny blue guy, like ghost-like. The other one is like a Black Knight, I guess. So obviously you want to buy the normal one because they are much cheaper and give you the same amount of power. At least for me, I'm not much of a prestige guy. And why have I selected Light and Empire together? Simply because that is actually a team which looks as if it would be checking all the boxes. All of them are light, so if there is a light buff with 4 man, you would have one, and all of them are Empire. With an Empire buff, they would have another buff. So, and also let's be honest, Priel, Light of the North, that really sounds like a healer to me. Definitely. And Reborn, the Rune Knight, interesting. They're all melee. But this guy, I don't know, gives me tank vibes. Might also be a damage dealer, then maybe you would need Arcus maybe as a tank, because he definitely looks like a tank. Could also be a damage dealer though. Maybe there are no real tanks, maybe some of them have taunt. We don't know, however, yeah, here we would be checking, well, the element and the box of the same faction. With the chance of maybe even having a healer. I have this team. I have one of each, so I am prepared to have a full Light and Empire team. On the Horde side, we actually have 2 elements that can make up a full 4 squad, with Illowhead, Varric, and Takati and T-Core. When it comes to the distribution of the rarities, we have 2 epics and 2 rares, so affordable, more affordable than the Empire version. But Takati looks kind of like Malphite. Let's be honest, that's Malphite right there, and I would expect him to definitely be a tank. All we know is that he's a water and melee though, and melee is not specific on being like a bruiser type, an assassin type, or, well, yeah, a tank. But when I look at them, this guy clearly looks like an assassin, this one looks like a bruiser type, and this one looks like a tank. So we would definitely have some different stuff going on here. Illowhead is called the Necromancer. It would be definitely cool if he's able to summon a few skeletons or something like that. However, he, I don't know. He could be, like from the design here, he could also be like a debuff for damage over time, something like that. At least those are the vibes that his build gives to me, and I have not seen any summoning kind of abilities yet. But if there's summoning in this game, then Illowhead will definitely be one who should have this kind of ability. The other element with the full team would be the fire team. However, this is the very much pricier option, as Helia is one of them. That is a legendary, Morax, Orthodox, and Dashka. Last but not least, the Glade faction only has a full squad on Dark, which would be Tierok, Miera, Duran, and Rowan. And yeah, Tierok is not something I have. I will not build this team, even though I have all but Tierok. But yeah, simple, because I do not want to buy Tierok right now. I don't have the funds, as you might see at the top right. But yeah, on the Glade one, it would be Dark, but it's very expensive. So I personally have pulled, as you might have seen in my summoning video, I was really lucky and I've pulled a Leah, which is of the light element. So I definitely want her, so I might just go with her because I have her, and then add Darks in there. Those other 3, maybe we get enough of a combo. She's definitely a healer. We confirmed that somewhat in the earlier video, though all of this is pre-alpha, so everything could change. We would have a mage, you would have something that looks definitely like an assassin to me, and this boy here is another mage. If you just want to go with rare heroes, there is a rare hero for like enough rare heroes for every faction. To do that, you could go that way, and it wouldn't cost you as much. We'll see. As you know, I got 100 rare summons, so I'm set for probably forever. Now, if you want to buy that one legendary, I just wanted to tell you that, guys, that the legendary characters all are very expensive except for one. I'm saying except for one, it's still expensive, but it is much less expensive compared to the others. As you can see, it is about 1/3 to 1/4 of what the others cost, and that is Reborn, simply because of the fact, as you might see, all the other heroes exist about 11 to 1200 times, while Reborn exists 4,700 times. So he exists much more. However, he will never be minted again. You cannot acquire him somehow in another way. It will forever be like that. Goes for all of those heroes, by the way. It will always be those numbers, those are Founders Edition, and he will only be allowed to be minted once. So those are the set amounts that will ever exist of them, and I believe Reborn has some places to go, because if someone wants to get a legendary hero, he will always go for this boy here, because he will not lack in strength. As far as we know, obviously it could happen that coincidentally Reborn has the worst skill, active skill out of all of them, which I very much doubt that will be the case, and even then he will probably still be awesome because he's a legendary unit. So yeah, he would be the cheapest one to acquire. I definitely want an energy booster as well to be able to play with a unit more. Seems to be very beneficial. Also, the current available energy token are all from legendary rarity, which makes me believe that this will be pretty valuable in the future. And I would always get one pet. You can only have one pet active at the same time, and the pets are pretty much straightforward. There's workers who will passively generate something, and the scouts and the hunters will be active. Scouts increasing the dungeon item drop chance, and the hunters the completion reward. So hunters give you safely a better amount of rewards after each dungeon, and the scouts increase your chance to get something extra dropped. So depending on your playstyle, I would suggest one of those as well. That's all the advice I can give you at this point in time. I have already filled my bag. I wish you good luck. I think this game will be one of the best that are coming out. It's mobile only, which means everyone can play it, and it will also be able to be played free to play. However, they said that we would probably very much benefit from having assets, which is to be expected in the NFT space. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. You can also join my Discord, and so on. All the links in the description. And my guild's Discord. Not my guilds, but the guild I'm a part in. The boss is a cool guy named Crypto Ninja. Alright, see you in the Discord, see you in the next video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you got. Bye.